Today we are talking about a man who has conquered multiple industries, from being the most electrifying man in sports entertainment to one of the highest paid actors in Hollywood to a business mogul. We are talking about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Hi and welcome back to How You Win, the channel where we decode the mental operating systems of the world's most successful people. Now, it's easy to just see his charisma and assume it was all a natural gift, but what if I told you that his entire career is not an accident, but a masterclass in the conscious creation of roles? Today we're going to use the principles from my upcoming book Master Your Lifescript to break down the system The Rock uses to literally build his reality and how you can start designing your own. Let's get into it. The master principle that explains Dwayne Johnson's entire career is what my book calls developing yourself through role making. This principle explains that the roles we play in life aren't always chosen. Some are ascribed to us by others. Success comes from moving from just taking roles passively to actually making them actively, designing the person you want to be. The Rock's early career is the perfect case study for that. When he first entered the WWF, now WWE, he was given the ascribed role of Rocky Maivia, a smiling, clean-cut, good guy playing on his family's wrestling legacy. And the audience hated it. They chanted, "Die, Rocky, die!
Die, Rocky, die!" That's the gratitude I get from you pieces of crap for all my blood, my sweat, and my tears.
By all measures, this role was a failure. This is where most careers end. But Johnson took control of the script. He went away and he consciously designed a new role. He came back not as Rocky Maivia, but as The Rock. A charismatic, arrogant, electrifying anti-hero who spoke in the third person.
I remember being in the ring and we were live, and I said, you know, I may be a lot of things, but sucks isn't one of them, and you'll soon find out. And
yes,
it was a turning point for me in terms of my career.
Well, Rocky Maivia is a lot of things, but sucks isn't one of them.
This was his first great act of role making. He stopped playing the part others wrote for him and started playing the one he created, and it made him an icon. But making a role is one thing, bringing it to life is another. This is where our second principle comes in: developing your potential pragmatically. This is the loop between having a bold, idealistic vision for a role and then actually doing the relentless, pragmatic, step-by-step work to actually embody it. When he decided to leave wrestling for Hollywood, he was breaking a man-made rule that wrestlers couldn't be A-list movie stars. His idealistic vision was to be the biggest star in the world, but he knew his current skills didn't match that goal, so he got pragmatic. As he described in many interviews, he meticulously studied the business. He took on smaller roles to learn the craft, and he dedicated himself to the work. And look at his famous Iron Paradise gym. That is the physical manifestation of pragmatism. He famously gets up at 4 a.m. to train. That is the behavioral work acquired to maintain the action hero role he has chosen. He doesn't just wish to be in shape, he does the daily repetitive work. His idealism sets the vision, but his pragmatism builds the reality. Now, what fuels all of this? This is our third principle, the goal pyramid. My book explains that our goals exist on 3 levels: our daily behaviors, our measurable outcomes, and at the very top, our role or identity goal. The Rock's identity goal is crystal clear, and he states it all the time: to be the hardest worker in the room.
You gotta be the hardest workers in the room. And don't f the opportunity up.
That identity drives everything. It's the top of his pyramid. When he launches a tequila brand, Terramana, his behavior isn't just sell tequila. He's on social media every day, engaging with fans and visiting stores because that's what the hardest worker does. When he buys the XFL, he's not just owning a football league, he's embodying his identity of working to give other hard-working athletes a second chance. This top-level identity gives him a clear filter for every decision that he makes. If an action doesn't align with his identity as the hardest worker, well, he doesn't do it. This creates immense clarity and a nearly unstoppable source of motivation. So, The Rock's success isn't just charisma, it's a system. First, he mastered role making, consciously designing the roles he wanted to play instead of just accepting the ones he was given. Second, he pairs his vision with pragmatic action, doing the daily hard work to build the skills his roles require. And third, it's all fueled by a powerful goal pyramid, with his identity as the hardest worker in the room driving every single action. Now, this is a blueprint for taking control of your own story. I describe the complete system to start designing your own roles in my upcoming book, Master Your Lifescript. If you want to be the first to know when it launches and get exclusive pre-order bonuses, join the waitlist at the link in the description. Now, what do you think about the Rock system? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for our next deep dive into how you win. Thanks for watching.